Blowback. Blowback. We are now suffering the blowback of the terrible foreign policy choices made by the previous president. Other inconsistencies included the absence of fingerprints on the gun and of blowback material from the gun blast.
Blow by blow.
Blow by blow.
Blow dry.
Blow dry.
A cut and blow dry.
Blower.
Blower.
Blowfly.
Blowfly.
Blowhard.
Blowhard.
Blowhole.
Blowhole.
Blowjob.
Blowjob.
Blowlamp.
Blowlamp.
Blown.
Blown.
Blowout.
Blowout.
I had a blowout on the driver's side.
We went for a real blowout to celebrate.
Blowpipe.
Blowpipe.
Blousy.
Blousy.
Blowtorch.
Blowtorch.
Blow up.
Blow up.
Blowy.
Blowy.
Blousy.
Blousy.
BLT.
BLT.
Blubber.
Blubber.
Bludgeon.
Bludgeon.
He was bludgeoned to death with a hammer.
I won't let myself be bludgeoned into marriage.
Blue.
Blue.
The blue waters of the lake.
A dark blue raincoat.
I've been feeling kind of blue.
You can tell them till you're blue in the face, but they'll still do what they want.
She nearly always dresses in blue.
The rich greens and blues of the tapestry.
A blues singer.
A lot of women get the blues after the baby is born.
Blue baby.
Blue baby.
Bluebell.
Bluebell.
Blueberry.
Blueberry.
Bluebird.
Bluebird.
Blue-blooded.
Blue-blooded.
Blue book.
Blue book.
Blue bottle. Blue bottle.
Blue cheese.
Blue cheese.
Blue chip.
Blue chip.
Blue collar.
Blue collar.
Blue-eyed boy.
Blue-eyed boy.
Bluegrass.
Bluegrass.
Bluejacking. Bluejacking.
Blue jay.
Blue jay.
Blue jeans.
Blue jeans.
Blue law.
Blue law.
Blue movie.
Blue movie.
Blue on blue. Blue on blue.
A blue-on-blue incident which saw an RAF jet brought down by a Patriot missile.
Blueprint.
Blueprint.
A blueprint for healthcare reform.
A blueprint for the new shopping mall.
By changing the tomato's genetic blueprint, scientists can alter the rate at which it ripens.
Blue ribbon.
The club's prized blue ribbon award. The club's prized blue ribbon award.
Blue sky.
Blue sky.
Blue sky thinking. Blue stocking.
Blue stocking.
Bluesy.
Bluesy.
Bluetooth. Bluetooth.
Bluff.
Bluff.
You wouldn't really tell her. You're bluffing.
I hope we'll be able to bluff our way past the guard.
I was with Don, she said, deciding to bluff it out.
The threat was only a bluff.
Whatever you say, you must do it. This isn't a game of bluff.
He was a bluff no-nonsense administrator.
Bluish.
Bluish.
Her skin had a bluish tinge. Blunder.
Blunder.
A last-minute blunder cost them the match.
Someone was blundering about in the kitchen.
Phil came blundering down the stairs.
They blundered badly when they gave him the job.
Somehow we blundered into the war. He would have agreed if you hadn't blundered in.
Blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss.
Blundering.
Blundering.
You blundering idiot.
Blunt.
Blunt.
Sharpen all your blunt knives.
A blunt pencil. To be blunt, many of the candidates cannot read or write.
Julian's blunt words hurt her.
The victim suffered a blow to the head from a blunt instrument.
The exams are a blunt instrument that will reveal little about children's abilities. The exams are a blunt instrument that will reveal little about children's abilities. The bad weather blunted their enthusiasm for camping.
Bluntly.
Bluntly.
You're drunk, she said bluntly.
To put it bluntly, she's not up to the job.
Blur.
Blur.
I saw the blur of the car as it passed in front of me. The island was a blur through misty rain.
The days before the accident were a blur.
The streetlights were blurred by the fog. Many of the details in the picture are blurred.
Tears blurred her eyes.
His vision was blurred.
His films blur the boundaries between fact and fiction.
The design of the conservatory is meant to blur the distinction between the house and the garden.
A few blurry photos of their holiday.
Blu-ray.
Blu-ray.
Blurb.
Blurb.
Blurred.
Blurred.
A blurred photo.
Blurred memories.
Blurt.
Blurt.
Peter blurted the news out before we could stop him.
Blush.
Blush.
Wilson saw she was watching him and blushed.
Joan blushed at the unexpected compliment.
Kate blushed scarlet.
I blush to admit that I haven't read it.
Language that would make a sailor blush.
Donald felt a blush warm his cheeks.
She bent her head to hide her blushes.
At first blush, this sounds like good news.
Blusher.
Blusher.
Bluster.
Bluster.
That's hardly the point, he blustered.
Blustering wintry weather.
Blustery.
Blustery.
A cold and blustery day.
The BMA. The BMA.
BMI.
BMI.
B-movie.
B-movie.
BMP.
BMP.
BO.
B-O.
Boa.
Boa.
Bore.
Bore.
Board.
Board.
The plan of the new building is displayed on a board at the back of the room.
I've put a list of names up on the board.
I'll check the departure board for train times. Martha was chopping vegetables on a wooden board.
A chessboard.
The board of directors met yesterday. There was a disagreement among the agency's board of governors.
He gave up his seat on the board after 40 years. A board meeting.
A board member. The New York State Board of Elections.
The British Boxing Board of Control.
We'll have to take the boards up to check the wiring.
There are 12 children on board the ship.
Supporters of the treaty say that it will be necessary to have the United States on board. He came on board in the late 60s and spent 2 decades with the agency.
In the nursing home, she will have to pay for room and board.
The landlord provides board and lodging.
Loyalty has gone by the board.
The changes will affect local authorities across the board. We find jobs for people right across the board, from chief executives to cleaners.
The school refused to take any of the parents' criticisms on board.
The couple boarded the train for New York.
Passengers were standing on the dock, waiting to board.
Olympic Airways Flight 172 to Istanbul is now boarding at gate number 37. Several students boarded with Mrs. Smith.
Dickie was sent away to school as soon as he was old enough to board.
The shop was boarded up.
Border.
Border.
Board game.
Board game.
Boarding.
Boarding.
Boarding is now taking place at gate 38.
Boarding card.
Boarding card.
Boarding house.
Boarding house.
Boarding pass.
Boarding pass.
Boarding school.
Boarding school.
Boardroom.
Boardroom.
Board shorts.
Board shorts.
Boardwalk.
Boardwalk.
Boast.
Boast.
I wouldn't be afraid, she boasted.
Amy boasted that her son was a genius.
He's boasting about how much money he has made.
The company is inclined to boast of its success. The city boasts 2 excellent museums.
The society boasts 3,000 members worldwide.
It is the company's proud boast that it can deal with all customers' needs in one phone call.
Philip's boast is that he started out without any outside financial backing. Philip's boast is that he started out without any outside financial backing.
Making knowledge work is the university's phrase, and it is no idle boast.
Boastful.
Boastful.
Boat.
Boat.
A fishing boat.
The boat capsized in heavy seas. The boat capsized in heavy seas. A boat trip around the islands.
Some of the beaches can only be reached by boat.
McKay said he would sleep on his boat.
We're taking the night boat to San Marlo.
Everyone has lost their job. We're all in the same boat.
Boater.
Boater.
Boat hook.
Boat hook.
Boathouse.
Boathouse.
Boating.
Boating.
Let's go boating on the lake.
Boatman.
Boatman.
Boat people.
Boat people.
The boat race.
Boat race.
Bosun.
Bosun.
Boat train. Boat train. Boatyard.
Boatyard.
Bob.
Bob.
Just copy the disc and Bob's your uncle.
The boat bobbed gently up and down on the water.
Mrs. Foster bobbed about, gathering up her things.
He spoke to the girl, who bobbed her head.
Her neatly bobbed hair.
The maid gave a little bob and left the room.
At last I'm making a few bob.
Bobbin.
Bobbin.
Bobble.
Bobble.
Her pullover had bobbles on the front.
Bobble hat.
Bobble hat.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Bobby pin.
Bobby pin.
Bobby socks.
Bobby socks. Bobcat.
Bobcat.
Bobs.
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 Bobsleigh.
Bobsleigh.
16 teams took part in the 400-metre bobsleigh. Bobtail.
Bobtail.
Bob White.
Bob White. Bod.
Bod.
He's a clever bod.
She's got a lovely bod.
He's a bit of an odd bod, but very pleasant.
Bodacious.
Bodacious.
A bodacious video. Smith's bodacious promise.
Bode.
Bode.
The opinion polls do not bode well for the Democrats.
Bodge.
Bodge.
The builders have made a complete bodge of the kitchen.
Bodice.
Bodice.
Bodied. Bodied. A wide-bodied aircraft.
Bodily.
Bodily.
Bodily sensations.
He lifted the child bodily aboard.
The column was transferred bodily to a new site by the bank of the river. The column was transferred bodily to a new site by the bank of the river. Bodkin.
Bodkin.
Body.
Body.
The human body.
My fingers were numb and my whole body ached.
Your body temperature is higher in the daytime than at night.
For their body size, these birds lay very small eggs.
He needs to overcome a negative body image.
A dog found the body of a girl in the woods.
The British Medical Association is the doctor's professional body.
There were reports of a large body of armed men near the border.
Kaplan served on the governing body of the museum.
The student body numbers 5,000. The research will be used by government departments and other public bodies. The women move towards the building in a body.
There is now a considerable body of knowledge of the different stages of childhood.
There is a growing body of evidence that charges are too high. The arguments are explained in the body of the text.
Leave 3 blank lines between the date and the body of the letter.
The city was built near a large body of water.
Nick had bruises on his face and body.
The bird has a small body and long wings.
Workers at the factory are making steel bodies for cars.
Keep the caps on the bottles to prevent foreign bodies entering them.
This shampoo will give more body to your hair.
A small amount of tomato paste will give extra colour and body to the sauce.
He's working at the shop to keep body and soul together.
She threw herself body and soul into her work.
They think they own the employees, body and soul.
The guitar is 16 inches wide across the body. Body armour.
Body armor.
Body bag.
Body bag.
Body blow.
Body blow.
Hopes of economic recovery were dealt a body blow by this latest announcement.
Bodyboard.
Bodyboard.
Bodybuilding. Bodybuilding.
Body clock.
Body clock.
Bodycon.
Bodycon. The actress was wearing a stunning bodycon dress.
Body count.
Body count.
Body double.
Body double.
Body dysmorphic disorder.
Body dysmorphic disorder.
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
The senator arrived surrounded by personal bodyguards.
Body language.
Body language.
It was obvious from Luke's body language that he was nervous.
Body mass index.
Body mass index. Your body mass index is your weight in kilograms divided by the square of your height in meters. Individuals with a BMI of 25 to 29.9 are considered overweight.
Body odor.
Body odor. Body piercing.
Body piercing.
Body politic.
Body politic.
Body popping. Body popping.
Body search.
Body search.
Everyone entering the building had a body search.
Body shape. Body shape. If you're not happy with your body shape, you should do more exercise.
Body shop.
Body shop.
Body spray.
Body spray.
Body stocking.
Body stocking.
Bodysuit.
Bodysuit.
Body warmer.
Body warmer.
A fleece body warmer.
Bodywork.
Bodywork.
The bodywork's beginning to rust.
Bore.
Bore.
Boffin.
Boffin.
He was always a bit of a boffin, even at school.
Computer boffins.
Bog.
Bog.
Talks to settle the pay dispute have become bogged down.
Don't let yourself get bogged down in minor details.
The car got bogged down in the mud.
Just bog off.
Bogey.
Bogey.
The bogey of recession.
Bogeyman.
Boogeyman. Manson was and remains America's #1 bogeyman.
Boggle.
Boggle.
The sheer amount of data makes the mind boggle.
My mind boggles at the amount of work still to do. Boggy.
Boggy.
A boggy patch at the edge of the field.
Bogey.
Bogey.
Bog off. Bog off. Take advantage of special offers and bog-offs in supermarkets.
Bog roll.
Bog roll.
Bog standard.
Bog standard.
Bogus.
Bogus.
Bogus insurance claims.
Bogus applications for asylum.
Bohemian.
Bohemian.
Bohemian cafes frequented by artists, musicians, and actors.
Boho. Boho. A boho lifestyle.
Boil.
Boil.
The solution boiled at 57.4 degrees Celsius.
Put the spaghetti into plenty of boiling salted water.
We were advised to boil the water before drinking it.
A boiled egg.
Boil the rice for 15 minutes.
She fried the chicken and put the vegetables on to boil.
The kettle's boiling. Shall I turn it off?
The saucepan boiled dry on the stove.
I always boil the cotton sheets. Lewis was boiling with rage and misery.
The soup's almost boiled away.
It boils down to a question of priorities.
You can boil this down so that there are just two main categories. You can boil this down so that there are just two main categories.
Spinach tends to boil down a lot.
Glue made from boiling down old sheepskins.
The milk was boiling over on the stove behind her.
All the bitterness of the last 2 years seemed to boil over.
Anger eventually boils over into words that are later regretted.
She could sense that trouble was boiling up at work.
He could feel the anger boiling up inside him.
Boil the fruit up with sugar.
Add the seasoning and bring the sauce to the boil. She waited for the water to come to the boil.
The boy's body is covered in boils. He's gone off the boil after a tournament win in Dubai.
Boiled sweet.
Boiled sweet.
Boiler.
Boiler.
Boilerplate.
Boilerplate.
A boilerplate for a fax message. Lawyers selling boilerplate wills.
Boiler room.
Boiler room.
Boiler suit. Boiler suit.
Boiling.
Boiling.
Can I open a window? It's boiling in here.
It was a boiling hot morning.
Boiling point.
Boiling point.
Relations between the two countries have almost reached boiling point.
Boisterous.
Boisterous.
A class of boisterous 5-year-olds.
Bok choy.
Bok choy.
Bold.
Bold.
In a surprisingly bold move, he is threatening court action against the company.
My Aunt Flo was a bold, determined woman.
He had the ability to take bold, imaginative decisions.
You should be feeling confident and bold when you meet your bank manager.
She marched into his office as bold as brass.
Bold, geometric shapes.
Stripes are bold, bright, and fun to wear.
Bold colours.
An envelope addressed to her in a bold black hand.
The graphics are bold and colourful.
The print should be bold and easy to read.
All the headings are in bold type.
I see you have been so bold as to ask for food at this hour.
Tell me, if I may be so bold as to ask, precisely what you are talking about. Tell me, if I may be so bold as to ask, precisely what you are talking about.
Boldface.
Boldface.
Bowl.
Ball.
Bolero.
Bolero.
Bowl.
Ball.
Bollard.
Bollard.
Bollock.
Bollock.
I'll bollock him for sticking his rubbish in my cupboard.
Bollocking.
Bollocking.
I expect I'll get a right bollocking from my boss when she finds out.
Bollocks.
Bollocks.
Your lyrics are complete bollocks. They don't actually mean anything, do they? She's just talking a load of old bollocks. Oh, bollocks, we've missed it. Yeah, well, bollocks to you too, mate.
Boll weevil.
Boll weevil.
Bollywood. Bollywood.
Bologna.
Baloney.
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 Bolo tie.
Bolo tie.
Bolshevik.
Bolshevik.
Bolshy.
Bolshy.
There's no need to be so bolshy.
Bolster.
Bolster.
He is making a bold attempt to bolster the territory's confidence.
His efforts to bolster his career.
Bolt.
Bolt.
Was this money a bolt from the blue, or did you know you were going to get it?
There's not much left of this house after it was struck by a bolt of lightning.
They attacked the driver and he straight away made a bolt for it.
The horse reared up and bolted.
Kevin had bolted through the open window. He bolted down his breakfast.
The cell contained an iron bed frame bolted to the floor.
The boxes were made of heavy panels of metal bolted together. She sat bolt upright in the back seat.
Bolt hole.
Bolt hole.
A bolt hole in the country.
Bolt on.
Bolt on.
Bomb. Bomb.
The bomb went off at 9:30 in the morning. Enemy planes dropped over 200 bombs during the raid.
He was killed in a bomb explosion.
This is just another one of Hollywood's bland and boring bombs.
That new P. Diddy CD is the bomb.
Voices of dissent began to rise against the bomb.
The town was heavily bombed in World War II. Government aircraft have been bombing civilian areas. Suddenly, a police car came bombing down the high street.
I bummed my midterm.
His latest play bombed on Broadway. My family were bombed out in 1941.